The Tennessee Titans have cut 3 players today. Robert Woods, Zach Cunningham, and Taylor Lewan. Their number one receiver and left tackle both cut, and their big money linebacker. I just want to talk quickly about whether these guys fit the Chicago Bears and if Ryan Poles should be interested. Let's get right into it. First up is Robert Woods. He was a second-round pick in 2013, and he's now a 30-year-old veteran receiver who tore his ACL 2 years ago. Most people would write him off simply due to his age. I think most of you know how I feel about that. With Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney, and Velus Jones Jr. all 25 years old or younger, I think adding a veteran option for 1 or 2 years could really help this offense out. For most positions, I'm going to say I'd rather have someone younger brought in, but with the receiving room this young, I don't think bringing in a veteran hurts. I've talked about DeAndre Hopkins before, and Robert Woods is not the caliber receiver D-Hop is. He's 6 foot, 195 pounds, and only ran a 4.5 in the 40 about a decade ago. So he's not a speed burner. So why would Poles have any interest? I think Robert Woods actually fits this team pretty well. He's a reliable receiver who can operate out of the slot and fit in well with Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool. I also think we could get Robert Woods relatively cheap and not have to give up big money or any draft picks. Another benefit is it doesn't prevent us from drafting a receiver either. He would just be a low-risk veteran signing that fits the Ryan Poles mantra a bit. I also think Robert Woods has something left in the tank. I think he's an upgrade over any receiver on the roster not named Mooney or Claypool. He's definitely better than Dante Pettis or Byron Pringle. He didn't look very good in Tennessee last year, but he still would have been our most productive receiver on the season with 53 catches and 527 yards. Also, he was coming off a torn ACL in 2021. He's now going to be nearly 2 years removed from the ACL surgery and could get more of his burst back. I wouldn't be nearly as excited about getting Robert Woods as I would someone like DeAndre Hopkins or drafting JSN. I still think he's worth mentioning, though. I think he's a good player, a good fit, and he wouldn't come with a lot of risk considering he just got cut and he's 30 years old coming off his worst season as a pro. If he bounces back at all, he could be a nice bargain add for whatever team he ends up with. Now on to Taylor Lewan. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler and was considered one of the best left tackles in the NFL just a couple years ago. However, he's missed 30 games over the last 3 seasons, and he hasn't started 16 games since 2017. He's now 31 years old, and his best football is probably behind him. I think there's actually a decent chance he retires. I like Taylor Lewan. He's a great football player when healthy, and considering his health has been questioned for such a long time, I don't think he's a realistic option. The other part to this one is I really like the potential right tackle options in free agency. The wide receiver market isn't very good, but at right tackle it's possible we could end up with a very good starter. I have my eyes set on one of the 3 big fish, Mike McGlinchey, Caleb McGarry, or Jawan Taylor. So I would at least wait until free agency before exploring bringing in a guy like Taylor Lewan. And then lastly, the third player that got cut from the Titans that I wanted to talk about today was Zach Cunningham. He's 6'3", 235-pound linebacker who scored an 8.65 on the RAS score. He's a former second-round pick and only 28 years old. Cunningham's intriguing. He fits the mold of an athletic will linebacker and was one of the most productive linebackers in the league just 2 years ago. He had 164 tackles in 2020 and would instantly upgrade our linebacker unit. Keep an eye out for Zach Cunningham. I think he would actually be a pretty good fit with Jack Sanborn and is something I wouldn't rule out. Out of all 3 players, I think Zach Cunningham intrigues me the most, but I wouldn't rule out Robert Woods either. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.